recorded.
We
It's
did.
recorded.
Yes, we
I was
officially.
yelling at the kids.
It say I'm live.
You are.
Yes, me. Allow this login.
What? Get her a pull up, Brandon.
Hey guys, we are on episode 8 of Conversation with Cousins. Go ahead and join us if you have a minute. Alright, I left a message. I don't see my face on here live.
We live on Riverside.
All
Let's go
right.
down by the riverside.
Hey, hey. Leave your
Leave your
problems far
phone back behind.
behind. Down by
The
the riverside.
riverside.
Well, let's do this introduction. Hey, cousins. Welcome to
Hey.
Code 27 Conversation with Cousins, your space for healing, confidence, and real life conversations. I'm Alisha with Code 27 Coaching and Counseling.
And I'm Bridget, also known as It's Really Bridget with the Melanin Drip Collective.
Whoop, whoop. And we're
And
back
we're back with your reminder
to
to
pause,
pause,
reset,
reset, and take a moment for
moment for
you.
you. Yeah, all right, we're getting
Okay,
there.
okay, okay.
So what's on the agenda today? We're on episode 8. We moving right along. We staying strong. We sticking with the schedule, sort of.
Kinda, yeah.
But we doing the daggone thing. So today we're talking about those code 27 coping skills.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know what code 27 is about, and if you don't, let me remind you. My policing background, we had different codes to update our status on what we were doing at work, whether we were on a run or clear from a run, or we need to go out of service to take care of some paperwork or go to the bathroom or something. So we making code 27 a regular rhythm. That means go out of service, take a break, take care of yourself. Last week we talked about triggers. That was a little heavy. You know, the things that keep coming up and disrupt your soul and disrupt your spirit, and you might not know why. And today we're talking about what you can do with those triggers and what you can do when you're feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one, it's about awareness, right? Taking the time to slow down enough to realize that you are overwhelmed. So Bridget, tell me a little bit about what do you experience when you're feeling overwhelmed?
What do I experience?
Yes, like
Uh,
one, what are some of your thoughts? And then two, what do you feel in your body?
Oh my goodness. When I'm overwhelmed, what is it? Like, first of all, I can't think straight. Then when I can't think straight, stuff just start getting messed up because I can't think straight and I just start doing anything. Then I get irritated, get frustrated, all the things. And then in my body, headaches come and just, you want to just throw up everything. Forget all of it. I'm walking away.
Yeah,
What that sound like?
it's real. The struggle is real. And we cannot avoid stress and stressful situations, but we don't have to be in a state of overwhelm.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes it kind of like sneak up on us and we don't even know what's happening. And that's why I wanted to talk about like that awareness. Like, what do you feel? What are the thoughts? What do you feel? For me, I start thinking this is too much. I can't. I start feeling like tightness in my chest, like that anxiety type of tightness. Like it's too much. That's the reoccurring theme that happens. And the question is, what do you do when you get overwhelmed? What do you do when it becomes too much?
That's a good question because, we look at Facebook, um, get on Facebook from time to time and we scrolling. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to see somebody arguing on Facebook. You're going to see somebody going live. I'm sorry, Ocean. I am in the middle of talking. My disgruntled 2-year-old.
Hey, it's life. It's a family affair.
Good grief. You see somebody arguing on Facebook, you see a fight video, all because somebody said something and the other person couldn't keep their composure. They didn't know how to cope.
Yeah.
So how do we cope when somebody say something we don't like or when things aren't going the way that we want them to go?
Yeah, you're right. Especially if you're already stressed and it only takes one little thing to put you over the edge.
Mhm.
Like when we hear the people who get into actual fist fights, physical violence, shootout over traffic, like they were probably already at their wits' end with just life and just drama and stuff. So coping, we need to figure out how to cope. So one is that awareness. What are your thoughts? What is happening around you, to you? What do you feel in your body? I'm real big on what's going on in the body, especially after the cancer diagnosis. Because
Yeah.
if I wasn't paying attention to my body, it was trying to talk to me and tell me something was off, it could have been a whole different outcome, right? So what's going on in the body? And I like to ask, like, where do you feel it? If it's anxiety, if it's anger, if it's stress, sadness, grief, overwhelm, where do you feel it in your body? Because that helps give you clues. Our bodies communicate with us, and then with
Mhm.
the clues that it's given, we can then pull some tools from the toolbox. So when I was a cop, we had a tool belt. We had the firearm, the taser, the baton, the mace, the handcuffs. So I
Yeah.
had a variety of things to utilize depending on what the circumstance asked for.
That's
And
good.
then we didn't just have it, we trained with it.
Mhm.
6 months in the academy and then another ongoing annual training. So the same way we train with the tools on the tool belt, we got to
Yeah.
train for our mental health, right? And
That's
you just
real
bring it
good.
out
That's
when you
good.
need it.
Cause nobody like knows. Well, some people might. You can't say nobody, but for the most part, the general population don't know. You know how to necessarily snap out of it.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and that just stems from just all kinds of stuff in society that just causes us to snap at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
You know, but like you said, training, like that's a real good point. Like you have to teach yourself and develop those skills. The skills don't necessarily come to you. They aren't natural skills. They're skills that you have to develop. So that's a really good point.
Yeah. So, yeah, some of those skills, just like we kind of know that we know, like we know how to stay healthy. You eat healthy, you exercise, but it's so much deeper than that. And if
Mhm.
you're in an environment or a culture that's not promoting that, you kind of like forget those skills. You kind of forget and just go along like a mindless path. So it's almost like becoming more mindful of the things we kind of know that we know, but we need to bring it back out of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
some
how
coping.
do we
Oh,
do?
go ahead. Go
How
ahead.
do we do that? How do we do that, Coach Alicia?
How we do that, Coach Alicia, Counselor Alicia? Yeah, so I'm a real big on. So when I learned these things, I had to become more aware, especially after I got sick. Like I didn't have a choice but to become aware on how to deal with the overwhelm. And I can tell you, I'm a lot better at managing stress, but I still do get stressed.
Mhm.
It's still a
Mhm.
thing. Just because you overcome cancer, just because you learn a lot, get a license, get a mindfulness certificate, doesn't mean it's not a challenge. It is still a challenge, and I think that's the key as well. It's like anything that's worth having is going to take a lot of work, but at the end, it's worth it. So I would say now when I get overwhelmed, I might I used to maybe get to a 10. Now maybe I get to like a 6, 7, and uh, I could bring it down more easily. So some of those things is breath work. We all
Mhm.
That's one thing we do automatically and intentionally. So you can only stop yourself from breathing for so long, but your body's going to breathe, but it's going to be more shallow and not as intentional. So it's about being mindful about your breaths. Remember that episode? Do you remember the episode of Martin when he was so angry he did that 10 count.
I
One,
don't
two,
know.
three, three, two, one. What the heck is bothering me? Like that was his mantra to kind of calm himself down.
Uh
But the
huh.
counting and the breathing actually is like a distraction from the problems, and it helps reset your nervous system. So we got to
Yeah.
find that episode and connect it to this. That was funny. But
All
just simple
right.
breathing in and out with a count. Like even doing that now, my I feel lighter, and my words are kind of slowing down because I'm talking. I noticed I was talking a bit fast. So even just simply taking a deep breath can just help reset the nervous system and help dissipate some of that overwhelm.
They say take a deep breath when you're about to give a big speech.
Every time y'all hear deep breath, I want y'all to take a deep breath. Okay, okay, okay. Another thing is step away. You might just need to step away from the situation from a moment. Like take a break. I was at work and one of the parents wanted to argue with me, and it was the end of the day and I was kind of, at the end of my capacity. So I said, you know what? This conversation is not going to go well. Let's table it and let's call back in the morning.
Yeah.
And when we called back in the morning, we both had more capacity and it ended up being a good conversation.
Very good.
So
That's a
it's
great success story.
yes. Oh my gosh. And you don't have to storm off. You don't have to do the quiet treatment, the silent treatment. You can say, I need a break. We both need a break. This is not going well. I need a moment. And make sure you come back to it.
Mm.
That's what we
Mm.
did. So that was a good example. I'm really being tested in this job right here on processing stress and overwhelm.
Ooh.
It's like an exam, guys. It's an exam. Another thing is grounding, getting grounded, kind of reorienting yourself back to stability and back to the earth. So it could be literally getting grounded, like going outside and getting some sun and fresh air, putting your bare feet in the grass, kind of grounding. And it could be
Mhm.
reorienting yourself by there's like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. Was 5 things you can see, was 4 things you can hear, was 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you could touch. I think I missed a number, but y'all get the point. So kind of like take a break from the overwhelm and the stress and just see what's around and smell and touch something, and I can kind of kind of help you snap out of it or dissipate some of that overwhelm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these aren't things again like it takes practice and it takes training. Like you have to train yourself for certain things, and this is one. These are some of those things that you have to train yourself for. So we all want to be better. We want to do better, and with society being what it is, it's very easy to become hot headed. You know, everybody is busy. Everybody got something else going on. Everybody has traumas. Everybody has things that they're dealing with. So you have to take the responsibility over your person, over yourself, to decide how you want to respond and what that looks like for your body. I remember when we first started near saw a couple earlier episodes. We were talking about how stress, just a few minutes ago, how stress shows up for me. It shows up like UTIs and kidney infections. So that's when I know when I'm taking a trip to the hospital and I got a UTI or I got a kidney infection. Girl, you need to go sit down somewhere. Go sit
Yes.
down. My
Yes.
thing is like one of my issues is that I try to take on everything that everybody else deals with, and for me, that's something that I'm learning that I can't necessarily do. Even in my frustration for not being able to help the next person because I want everybody to be good. I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any means and I got
Right.
it going on, but I want everybody around me to be good. And so for me, sometimes like that could be stressful.
Yeah.
But, like you said, just stepping back and the things that we're talking about now, not only do we learn these things for ourselves and practice them for ourselves, we have to give this information to other people.
Yes, for sure.
So, yeah.
I say so when I was not feeling ready to either practice counseling or coaching, or even not feeling ready or not thinking I know enough to even go online and say these things, I had to change the dynamics because I'm using them and it's working for me. So I had to say, like, I would be doing a disservice, like derelict of duty. That was a policing term, a derelict of duty, like not doing your job. I would be a derelict for not putting this information out here, knowing that I have it and it can help somebody.
Yeah.
So I was
And
like,
we
I don't
talk
have
all
to
the
be.
time. So,
Mhm.
everything that the stuff that you be practicing, naturally, like I'll be looking for it too. I'd have never, thought about stress in the way that I think about it now had you not dealt with your cancer
Yeah.
and went on this journey. Cause like luckily for me, while the situation was very, very sad and upsetting and all the things and um you went through what you went through. Hold on, baby. On the other side of that is that we learned so much together
Mm-hmm.
so that we're able to say hi.
Hi, Ocean.
That we're
The
able to,
Ashes.
yeah, we're able to come together and have these conversations, and we're able to pick up, laugh and joke about
Yeah.
situations where we're very frustrated and we had to go outside and count to 10 before we went off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gotta go do laps around the parking lot real quick because people talking to me crazy at work and I can't do that. So
That part.
so yeah, like it's
No, I
it's a
even had
real
a kid.
thing.
I even had a kid like literally hit me with a remote, and it's not police work. It's therapy, so it's different. So I had to walk away, and I had to take me some laps and cool it down.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have handled that yet. I just have to
Man,
be in a situation. Like, hold on. Let's take a break, y'all. Let's call 27. Call 27. Pause.
man, I
Calling out
need
all the words,
all the
all the
words. I needed my
catchphrases.
police training not to kick in at that point because our police training is you use force to stop the threat. So I had to let my
Woo.
therapy, my psychotherapy license kick in with that. Like, okay, how do I respond with compassion?
She doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. They're just going through something else. And that's
But
how
I
it is
had a
like that.
but I had
Um,
an emotional response and I was angry and I had to take a moment. So I
yeah.
sought support and I
Yeah.
had another coworker take over the group and finish while I went to go gather myself. And I
Yeah.
learned like
Just
that
listen
energy would have like
to
stayed in my body. It
Just
needed
listen.
to come out either through meeting her violence with violence or
Yeah.
another way. So stuffing it in was not an answer. So I let that energy out by walking it out and just taking a moment.
Yeah.
We don't always have to meet violence with violence, y'all. Violence begets more violence, begets more violence. Like, where does it end?
Yeah.
Even though in that
And
moment,
it's easy to go out the window. That's why when we say work in progress, every day is a process, and you are a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. Leisha, work in progress. Like just because somebody got letters and titles behind their name does not mean they arrived.
right? Do we
Yeah.
ever really arrive though? Like, I think it's always a working process, and we can
Yeah.
have patience and grace and
Yeah.
mercy towards ourselves. We don't have to beat ourselves up, and we can like just give ourselves a little slack as we navigate this wellness process, mental health, physical health, relational, financial, spiritual, all the things. Like, it's a journey. And we
Yeah.
don't have to do it alone. That's my key thing, is like, you don't have to do it alone. You should not do it alone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we are meant to be in community. We need one another in healthy ways, and that's part of it, learning how to be in community in healthy ways,
Yeah.
dealing with conflict in healthy ways and things like that. So yes, in utilizing the tools, the code 27 coping tools can help you navigate those things even more beautifully.
So what we talk about? We talked about doing breath work, taking a break, doing your breath work, inhale, exhale as many times as you need to release that energy.
Yeah, or anything that works for you. It could be coloring, it could be a little bit of scrolling, but not too much like checking out scrolling, but you might need to look at some funny videos or something. You know, it could be calling a friend, it could be going outside, taking a ride, anything that can like kind of distract you in a healthy way to help dissipate some of that energy. So less of a distraction and more of like helping to dissipate that energy.
Yeah.
And there's
That's
healthy
good.
and unhealthy ways to cope. Sometimes my unhealthy way, I might want to go get some junk food, and sometimes I do give in to the junk food because I can. But I try not to make that my go-to because ultimately that's gonna make it worse and lessen my capacity to deal with stress because I'm not giving my body healthy fuel to be able to operate. Right?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
That's
coming up on our time, Bridget. Cousin, you want to go ahead and close us out with either affirmation or a breathing exercise, one of the code 2 sevens we discussed?
um let's do affirmations today. I got a couple. And these are just things that we can remember while we are going through our stressful situations, while we're figuring out how to cope, and while we're learning to do it, and not necessarily perfect it, but in a sense perfect it. And we're teaching our bodies, and we're growing, and we're going, and we're going together. So a few affirmations are: I give myself permission to feel what I feel. My emotions are valid and they deserve compassion. I do not have to have all the answers today. I release the pressure to be okay all the time. Um, what's another good one? I choose to be gentle with myself today. I release what I cannot control. That's a big one for me. And one more. I'm giving myself permission to start again. So anytime you feel like you messed up, or anytime somebody just took you too far over the edge, there's always the grace to come back. There's
Yes.
another day to get it right, another moment, another second, another minute to get it right. So,
Yes. Lovely. Thank you so much for that code 2 7 moment. I was doing some breathing exercises while you put those positive words out into the atmosphere. So thank you for that. I really do enjoy our time together. I hope that it is helpful and insightful and just motivating for you all. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for your support, and we will continue to put out this content as we see fit, as you see fit. If you keep listening, we're gonna keep putting it out there. Even if you don't listen, we're gonna keep putting it
putting
out
it out
there.
there. You gonna find
Yes.
it right when you
Yes.
need it.
Yes.
Real quick, if you don't already, please follow us on social media. It's really Bridget across all platforms. She is Alisha Stevenson. Her business is 27 Coaching and Counseling on Facebook and Instagram, I believe.
Hmm.
Go find us. If you are on Spotify, listen in. On the way to work. Take your what's this? We had 22 minutes. Take your 22 minutes and listen to us on the way to work or back home after you done had a stressful day at work and you need to practice those breathing as exercises. But in the meantime, we are looking at other platforms that we can join as well for our podcast. So stay
Yes.
tuned.
We appreciate y'all. So remember, until next time, take a break, take care, heal, and make room for joy. Bye.